MTG Scoundrels, it's in the cardboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, scoundrels of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Modern Weekly. Today on the docket, we have 4-color elementals versus Rakdos Prowess. Starting off with a Sagu Wildling, after going to 18 off the Temple Garden. Gonna go searching for a basic in some form here. Put it to hand off the Omen side of this dragon. Of course, these prowess lists now running Cori-Steel, which has really started to take multiple formats by storm. Even though Storm does not in fact run the card. Finding a snow-covered plains here. Passing into a mountain into a faithless looting. Looks like discarding 2 faithless lootings. So we got 3 in the bin. There is the snow-covered plains from earlier. There's a pass. Blackcleave Cliffs into mentioned Cori-Steel. Aforementioned specifically. End step, failure, gonna get flashed in. Stomping ground will be shocked in. Elementals player trying to figure out what they're doing here. Oh, there's an Overlord of the Hauntwoods. You don't see that in Modern every day. That'll come with a land that is all 5 colors. And all 5 types. That'll turn Domain on. Felia's going to blink that Hauntwoods. That's going to make another land. On ETB and passing. Another Cori-Steel. Okay. Well, so Tarfire was going to take care of this Felia, but looks like the Prowess player is going to be nice and let the Elementals player get their trigger. That failure is going to end up eating a lightning bolt anyway. Both tokens gaining haste here. One of them will die. We'll go to 14-18. Untapping. Already 5 mana in play. Make it 6. Hauntwood's getting in. That'll be 6 damage. That'll bring us to 14-12. That'll also bring with it another 5-color land. Oh, there is a Deputy of Detention. That's a good way to clean up some Cori-Steel. Or at least until it gets bolted. And there's a Flamekin Harbinger. That's going to go searching for an elemental. Wow, finding Omnath Locus of Rage. There is a Modern card you don't see every day. It usually isn't the omnath you see in this format. I mean, if you're going to have landfall triggers, it's not a bad one to have. That's going to put it on top. There's a barbarian ring. Going to take one. There's a lightning bolt. Oh, ephemerate. Wow. Ephemerate's going to target the deputy. So that means the lightning bolt is going to fizzle here. And the deputy's just going to retake those Cori-Steel cutters. Now, if there was another instant in hand, nah, it didn't ultimately matter. That is a tough board state to get through. There's the Tarfire we saw earlier, and a blood crypt going to the bin off the Faithless looting. Flashback. Ephemerate, not going to target anything. Card drawn for turn. And there's the Omnath Locus of Rage. Landfall will make it have a 5/5. The Hauntwood's going to get in. It's going to make a land. That'll trigger the Omnath. There's another land. That'll trigger the Omnath. And passing the turn. And we'll scoop them up from there. Game 1 going to the Elementals player. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. We're on the march to 500 and 1,000 subscribers. Just definitely sub to the channel if you haven't. And of course, thank you all so much for watching the last couple of videos, especially our Colorless Tron versus Frogtide video. That one really started to pop off. We appreciate all of you. Moving into our ads now. Definitely check out our friends over at Arcane Artistry. They make wonderful food, clue, and treasure tokens, and are currently working on another spicy set of tokens as well. Their link to their Etsy is in the description below, and you can see their tokens in action both on this channel and on places like EDH Hijinks and the Spike Feeders. Of course, check out our friends over at Warden Games, hosts of our channel. A wonderful place to storm out. Their link to their TCG player as well as their storefront are in the description below. And if you're looking for art as a gift or for your business, definitely check out our friend Sean Gerard. Makes wonderful art. Has done art for our channel. Their QR code's up on the screen, and their email is in the description below. And last but not least, definitely check out our socials. We are at MTG Scoundrels on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Facebook. Definitely give us a follow over there. And join our discussions on Magic as a whole, as well as the modern format. Alright, we are moving right along here. It seems as though the Prowess list is going to 6. And the Elementals player keeping 7. We'll see how the Elementals player does here on the draw. looking at their sideboard, they do have a transformative sideboard. So I may be switching things up just a tad. Though game 1 seemed to be very effective. There's a Dragon's Rage Channeler. That's the way the Blitz decks really want to start off. Start putting ineffective cards in the bin. Alright, going to 18, into a Flamekin Harbinger. Searching for an elemental. Finding a Voice of Resurgence. Talk about a card that doesn't see modern play anymore. I'll be put on top. There's a Blackleaf Cliffs. There's a Mishra's Bauble, Surveil. Off of the DRC. Putting a Faithless Looting into the bin. Cracking the Bauble. Looking at the top card of their library this time. DRC attacking. There's only a 1/1 here. Attempting to block, terminate. Gonna take care of the Flamekin Harbinger. Light up the stage going in the bin. Still only 3 types in the yard. Stomping Ground. You can't play Voice of Resurgence off of a Steam Vents and a Stomping Ground. So here's our Call a Judge moment of the match. Hopefully it doesn't matter too much here. But when in doubt, if they don't have the mana to cast a spell, call a Judge. Of course, both players missing it. And generally, we don't assume anything nefarious is going on. Wouldn't be the first time we see people fetch for the wrong lands. Or play the wrong lands, thinking they had something else. DRC attacking in. Light up the stage. Was cast. Thoughtseize is being cast here. Taking a Solitude. Ooh, missing a Surveil trigger. There are now 4 types in the bin. Land, Artifact, Instant, Sorcery. We're at 13 to 17. There's another Shockland, still not a white source. There's a Nissa Resurgent Animist, One of the powerful cards of these elemental lists. And in general for omnath lists. Blackleaf Cliffs coming in tapped. There is a Bauble. Surveil Trigger, putting a land into the bin. Lightning Bolt, going to deal with Nissa. Surveil Trigger, putting a land into the bin. Oh, missed a previous Bauble trigger too. Huh. That Bauble going to look at the opponent's top card. It's now 8 to 15. DRC got in for 3. A lot of lands in hand. Voice Resurgence going to attack for 2. Still no White Swords. Gonna start with a DRC. And flashing back a Faithless Looting. Surveil put a Faithless Looting into the bin. Then second Surveil keeping it on top. Putting a land and a Monastery Swift Spear into the bin. And DRC going to get in for 3. And scooping it up from there. Game 2, despite the white mana source missing, going to Rakdos Prowess. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend about us. Once again, we are on our steady march towards 500 and 1,000 subscribers, so definitely please subscribe below. And definitely leave a comment. All the interaction is greatly appreciated. And we're pretty good at responding to most everybody. We'll see if on the play, the Elementals player decides to go back to their old sideboard setup. Or their pre-sideboard setup, I should say. Well, it looks like they're taking out some Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Trying to make Coco possibly a better hit if they are bringing that in. The Prowess deck, of course, just wants to go fast. Try to kill the opponent before they are able to set up. Honestly, I'm very pro Burn and Prowess lists in the format because it really just helps relegate the health of the format. Kind of similar to a control deck being good. As much as most of us don't like playing against control, having a control deck as a staple of the format is definitely healthy. All right, getting into game 3 here. Flooded Strand going to get cracked. Finding a Temple Garden, going to 17. There's a Sagu Wildling. Searching for a basic land once again. Sagu Wildling is an interesting include. 1 mana, find the land you're missing. Put it into your hand. Isn't necessarily the worst card to have, especially on a body that it has. There is a mountain into a Monastery Swiftspear. That'll get in for 1 and bring us to 16 to 20. Snow-covered island. And passing. There's a Blood Crypt. That'll bring us to 16 to 18. Into a Thoughtseize. In response, flashing into Failure. We're now at 16 to 16. Looks like taking the Flamekin Harbinger here. Trying to slow them down, and there's a Lightning Bolt to take the Failure out. And the attack in from the Swiftspear will bring us to 13 to 16. Snow-covered plains. And passing. There's a Thoughtseize. After the play the Bloodstained Mire. Icefang Codal here. We'll draw a card. Not enough snow permanence for it to be a pertinent situation, but that Coco is going to get hit by that Thoughtseize. There's a Faithless Looting. Drawing 2, discarding 2. Getting rid of a Faithless Looting and a land. Bloodstained Mire going to get cracked here. Finding a mountain. So I'll bring us to 13 all. And there's a DRC. Reading the Icefang here. It does not have Death Touch yet. Swiftspear going to get in for 3. Oh, but it's going to get blocked. Land go. Untapping and drawing. There's a Barbarian Ring. There's a Light Up the Stage, paying the full price for it. Bauble and Terminate. Mishra's Bauble will be cast. Surveilling. Leaving it on top. The bubble's going to get cracked. Look at the top card of the 4-color elementals. Player. And then attacking in. Knowing about the endurance here, still attacking in. That may have been the wrong choice ultimately, because that DRC is going to get shrunk. Yep, there it is. That's a 3/4 with reach. Well, making a different decision here. Thinking about targeting their own graveyard? No. Do the right thing. Target the opponent's graveyard. So that Swift Spear, it's going to get blocked. And the DRC is only going to deal 1 damage. Honestly, I would have thought about just killing the DRC here. There's a Steam Vents entering tapped. Manamorphose. Knowing the player, making a red and black here. Triggering the DRC. Leaving it top. Or might just be making red and a red, honestly. Manamorphose here. Probably making just double red. 2 prowess triggers. Swift Spear will be cast. Terminate is going to be cast as well with the last red and a black mana from the Blood Crypt. Alright, Endurance will die to the Terminate. 3 spells have been cast, so the Swift Spear should have 3 prowess triggers. That other one should only have 1 prowess trigger. There's a Collected Company. What do you even hit in this deck right now? Oh, wow. Oh, the hit of all hits. That is, in fact, a Deputy of Detention. With all the larger spells that we had seen in previous games, this must ultimately be the transformative. Goodness, I cannot talk. Sideboard. So hitting Failure and Deputy of Detention off the Coco. The Deputy is going to take both Swift Spears, and the Failure is going to eat the DRC. Wow. What a Coco. There's a land. Failure. Attacking. Oh, what are you doing? Hold up. Just attack for 2, bud. There you are. That'll bring us to 9 to 11. Probably should have also swung in with a Deputy of Detention, but that's alright. Faithless Looting. Go digging. Maybe hopefully find a 1-drop here and maybe Barbarian Ring the Failure. There's a Swift Spear. There's the 1-drop. Might have missed a Bauble trigger. Barbarian Ring killing the Failure. And passing. Oh, wow. That is quite the top deck. There's a Nissa with a land in hand. So there's a fetch land in play and a land in hand. So there's a guarantee of 2 triggers off this Nissa. So first, looks like making a white mana. And the Misty Rainforest is going to be cracked here. Finding a forest. So that will trigger Nissa once again. I'm assuming making probably either green. Yeah. So, Nissa trigger. Oh, Coco off the top. Oh, Voice of Resurgence is what they hit. So Coco's going to go to the bottom. Voice of Resurgence will enter play. After being cast, of course. Okay, Faithless Looting being flashbacked. Inquisition and Faithless Looting going to the bin. Just one of those days. Once a board presence is made here, it's really tough for these prowess decks to finish the game off. Though a lightning bolt here would do a lot. There's 1 mana. Oh, that's a Dragon Rage's Channeler. And an Inquisition of Kozilek. Oh, looks like in response there's an Endurance. And scooping it up from there. Game, set, match, going to the Elementals player. Just not enough there at the end. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. And we will see you all next week.